Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the booth. We are live, and the atmosphere is, well, it's absolutely electric tonight.
It really is.
Because we aren't just talking about a game, we are analyzing the Super Bowl of the entire industry.
The big one.
That's right, Grand Theft Auto 6. But before we get into the play-by-play, I have to tease something massive. We're talking about a legal fumble by Rockstar.
A huge one.
It didn't just leak info, it accidentally confirmed a massive chunk of their playbook. And you are going to want to stay tuned until the very end.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a heart-stopping, emotional Hail Mary story about a terminally ill fan that is going to completely change how you see this company.
It really puts it all in perspective. It's a powerful story.
It is. So we're going to get there. But first, look, if you want to stay updated on this whole season, you need to hit that like button right now.
It's the only way to keep up.
Comment with your release date predictions. Subscribe to the channel. You do not want to be on the sidelines for this.
The news is moving way too fast.
All right, let's get into the game tape. We're diving into a stack of updates, mostly from the San and Play channel, our scouts in the field. We've got verified leaks, court documents, inside reports.
A lot of noise to sift through.
So what's our mission tonight? What are we trying to find in all this?
We're trying to build a real picture of the game. There's so much, wish list thinking out there disguised as leaks.
Right.
Our goal is to take the verified pieces, the map, the characters, the studio drama, and fit them together to see what the game actually is. We want to move from just speculation to real evidence.
Then let's start with the strongest piece of evidence we've got, the legal instant replay.
I like that.
I mean, usually legal battles are just boring, but Rockstar was in this tussle with about 34 ex-developers, and you found a detail that, well, it changes everything, right?
Amazing how it played out. Rockstar's usually a fortress, nothing gets out.
Yeah.
But to defend themselves in court, they had to establish a timeline to justify these firings. And in doing that, they inadvertently confirmed a very specific set of leaks from late 2023.
Okay, so walk me through this timeline. Because, leaks happen every day. Some guy on Reddit claims his uncle works for Rockstar. Why is this different?
It's the cause and effect. So here's the sequence. October 2023, a very specific document leaks.
Okay.
It has plot points, character details, everything. And at the time, we all just kind of looked at it skeptically.
Just another text file on the internet.
Exactly. But then, in November 2023, 1 month later, Rockstar fires the employee is suspected of that leak.
Okay, so leak, then firing.
And then, in December 2023, the official trailer drops.
Ah, okay, I see where this is going.
The key is what was in the leak. It described Lucia's parole, it mentioned the ankle monitor, the prison intro.
All things we saw in the trailer.
All things we saw in the trailer. So, because the firing happened after the leak, but before the trailer?
It confirms the leak was real. They wouldn't fire someone for a lucky guess.
That is the conclusion. We can treat that whole October document not as a rumor, but as a verified playbook.
That changes everything. It means we're not guessing anymore.
Not about what's in that document, no.
So let's talk about what's in it. Lucia and Jason. The leaks suggest Lucia's backstory is, well, that's pretty heavy for a GTA game.
It creates a very different narrative texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. The leak explicitly says Lucia has a child.
A child? In GTA, that's a huge departure.
It is.
I mean, Michael had his family in GTA 5, but they were older, part of the satire, a young child. That suggests a level of vulnerability these characters just don't usually have.
It does. And the details are dark. It says the child appears in flashbacks, and there's a specific scene where the child is abandoned at a delicatessen.
Wait, she leaves the kid at a deli?
Right before a bank robbery that goes wrong. And that's what leads to her arrest.
Wow. That's incredibly bleak. It paints her as someone really desperate, not some cool, slick criminal.
It completely grounds the character. It sets up her motivation. But here's another key detail that kills a lot of fan theories.
What's that?
The child is almost certainly not Jason's.
Ah, there it is. So much for the Bonnie and Clyde ride-or-die couple from the start.
It seems they don't even know each other initially.
Yeah.
The leak suggests they meet when Jason is involved in her release from prison.
I actually like that better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if they're already a couple, where does the relationship go? This way, we get to see that trust build. Or, completely fall apart.
It allows for actual character development. And speaking of Jason, the leaks give us a look at his opening mission.
Let's hear it.
It involves chasing a plane carrying a Russian seller.
Classic GTA.
But of course, it goes wrong. The cargo falls into the ocean.
Naturally.
And this isn't just a cutscene. It sets up his gameplay loop. The leak says Jason spends his early game hanging out in the Keys, the Leonida version of the Florida Keys.
Just laying low.
Laying low, waiting to recover the lost cargo.
See, that's a detail I love. It sounds like the narrative is forcing you to live in a specific area to really explore it instead of just wandering around waiting for the next mission call.
It connects the narrative to the geography.
Yeah.
You're there for a reason.
Let's talk about that geography. Leonida, Florida. The stats coming out of these leaks they're just mind-blowing. How much bigger are we talking?
The estimates are around 30 to 50% larger than the GTA 5 map.
Which is already huge by today's standards.
It is. But focusing on the square mileage, I think, misses the point.
How so?
The leak talks about islands surrounding the mainland. One is Bahamas-inspired.
And if you've got Miami and the Bahamas, you have to be thinking Bermuda Triangle.
You're connecting the dots perfectly.
Yeah.
The leaks hint at Bermuda Triangle mysteries. To do that, you need Miami, Puerto Rico, Bermuda. These islands suggest naval exploration is going to be massive.
A whole Bermuda Triangle biome,
Yeah.
disappearing ships, weird storms. That's terrifying and amazing.
It turns the ocean into its own wilderness. But the stat that really stopped me wasn't the ocean. It was the city.
Go on.
The leaks claim over 2,000 enterable buildings.
2,000? That can't be right. That number sounds fake. What did GTA 5 have?
Around 100. You know, shops, safe houses, that kind of thing.
So, we are going from 100 to 2,000. That's a 9,900% increase.
It fundamentally changes the genre. We're moving from a game of with-driving fast-paced scenery to a game of depth.
I didn't think about that. In a police chase, you can ditch the car, run into a random office building, hide in a bathroom.
Exactly. The world becomes porous. But there's a counterbalance. The NPCs aren't just props anymore. If you barge into their home, they call the cops.
So your hiding spot is also a crime scene.
Right, you're an intruder. It adds this layer of realism.
Which lines up with the looting mechanics we saw in the Hank's Waffles video, the eagle eye thing.
Yeah, just like in Red Dead 2. You can focus to see valuable items. It makes sense. If you have 2,000 interiors, you need a system to make exploring them worthwhile.
So they're pulling the best bits of Red Dead's realism into the chaos of GTA. I did see some bad news, though. A roster cut.
Ah, yes. The chainsaw.
The chainsaw is gone.
It appears so. The latest info suggests it didn't make the final cut.
That's a shame. It's iconic. But hey,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
the trade-off is 2,000 buildings and a Bermuda Triangle, I guess I can live without it.
I'm sure you'll find other ways to cause trouble.
Oh, for sure. Speaking of trouble, let's do a quick injury report. There was a scare at Rockstar North in Edinburgh.
Right, the fire.
Yeah, everyone saw fire at Rockstar and panicked. What
Yeah.
actually happened?
It was a boiler explosion very early in the morning, around 5 a.m. Caused a small fire.
Sounds serious.
It is, but luckily it was before anyone was there. The fire department contained it almost instantly.
So no injuries.
No injuries. And, crucially for the fans, no data loss. No delay to the game.
That's the key. It was a close call, but ultimately just a scary headline.
Right. Development is proceeding full steam ahead.
Good. Okay. Now I want to shift gears completely. We've been talking about the game as a product, a map, a set of mechanics.
Using all the sports analogies.
Right. I want to drop the persona for a second, because this next story, it deserves a different kind of attention.
I agree. This is the MVP moment we teased, but it's really much more than that.
We see Take-Two and Rockstar as the suits, the villains sometimes. Right?
Secretive, aggressive, yeah.
But a designer from Ubisoft posted something on LinkedIn recently that it just cracks that whole image.
It was about a family member of his who was terminally ill. And their final wish, the one thing they wanted to do before they passed, was to play Grand Theft Auto 6.
That's heavy. We all joke about staying alive for GTA 6, but for this person, it was a literal impossible deadline.
They're working to make it to the release date. And normally that's where the story ends. Rockstar doesn't show the game early to anyone.
The risk is just too high.
Way too high. But the designer, he threw a Hail Mary. He asked for a private, NDA-protected viewing, just so this person could see the world. And Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, personally reached out.
The big boss himself.
He handled it personally. And shortly after that happened, the designer deleted his original post.
Which usually means one thing. Deal done. Now keep it quiet.
Exactly. It implies the wish was granted. They likely flew a dev kit out, arranged a viewing. The fan got to see the game.
That gets to me. I mean, we just spent 10 minutes talking about how they fire people for leaks, and yet for one dying fan, they opened the vault.
He shows that behind the billions of dollars and the lawyers, there are human beings making decisions. It's a reminder that the secrecy isn't just about money. It's about preserving the magic.
And for this one person, they were willing to break their own rules for an act of kindness.
It's a rare win for the community. It's good to hear about the compassion.
It is. Massive respect to them for that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's wrap this up. We've covered a lot of ground. We have the legal defense that proves the leaks are real. We have Lucia's tragic backstory, a map that's bigger but also way, way deeper. And we have the human side of the studio.
It's shaping up to be something really special.
So what's the next date we need to circle on the calendar?
February 3rd. The Take-Two shareholder meeting.
The money.
The money meeting. That's usually where big announcements happen. We could get another trailer, maybe even a concrete release date.
February 3rd. We'll be watching. But before we sign off, I want to leave you with a thought.
Okay.
We spent this whole deep dive analyzing stolen information, leaks. We crave it. But the most meaningful story we talked about, the one with the fan, only happened because of secrecy. It relied on an NDA.
It's the paradox, isn't it? We want to know everything now, but the best experiences are the ones that are protected until the right moment.
Maybe some secrets are worth keeping. Something to think about. All right, deep divers, that's the final whistle. Make sure you're subscribed. Game on. We'll catch you on the next highlight reel.
Take care, everyone.